Charlotte Rae, who stole the hearts of a generation of fans playing Mrs. Garrett on the long-running NBC sitcom The Facts of Life, died Sunday at her home in Los Angeles at the age of 92. Rae revealed in April 2017 she'd been diagnosed with bone cancer 7 years after a pancreatic cancer diagnosis. Now, at the age of 91, I have to make up my mind, she said in a statement at the time. I'm not in any pain right now. I'm feeling so terrific and so glad to be above ground. Now I have to figure out whether I want to go have treatment again or opt for life. I've had a great life, but I have so many wonderful things happening. I'd like to choose life. I'm grateful for the life I've already had. Rae began playing the character of Edna Garrett in 1978 on NBC's Different Strokes, and then went on to play her for 7 seasons on the spin-off Facts of Life. In 1982, she received an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. Debuting in 1979, Facts of Life revolved around a group of teenage girls attending a private New York boarding school. Guiding them through the trials and tribulations of adolescence was Edna Garrett, their no-nonsense but always understanding house mother. A reboot of the popular series is currently in the works at Sony. In a 1982 interview with the Spartanburg Herald, Rae reflected on the character that had made her a star. I want to bring in as much humanity as possible, as well as the humor, she said. I've tried to make her a human being with dimensions. The way they write her now is with a great deal of sensitivity and understanding, but I don't want her to be perfect because she must have human failings and make mistakes. Born Charlotte Rae in Milwaukee on April 22, 1926, she caught the acting bug early, performing with the Children's Theatre and acting on the radio. Rae made her Broadway debut in 1952 in the musical comedy 3 Wishes for Jamie, then followed with a turn as Mrs. Peachum in the 1954 revival of the Three-Penny Opera. In 1956, she created the role of Mammy Yoakum in the original Broadway production of Little Abner. Rae received the first of 2 Tony nominations in 1966 as Best Featured Actress in a Musical for Pickwick. The second came in 1969 when she was nominated as a Best Actress in the play for Morning, Noon and Night. Rae also began her extensive television career in the 1950s with appearances on the United States Steel Hour and The Phil Silvers Show. A role that put her on the map came in 1961 when she was cast as Sylvia Schnauzer in the NBC sitcom Car 54, Where Are You? Rae worked steadily in television throughout the 1960s and 70s on such series as The Defenders, The Partridge Family, Macmillan and Wife, Love, American Style, All in the Family, Good Times and Barney Miller. She played Molly the Mail Lady on Sesame Street and was a regular on The Rich Little Show. In 1975, she received an Emmy nomination for her performance in the telefilm Queen of the Stardust Ballroom. The actress was a favorite of legendary TV producer Norman Lear. The two had met in the 1950s when he was writing for the Colgate Comedy Hour. In 1978, Fred Silverman, then president of NBC, was working on a sitcom concept called 45 Minutes from Harlem about a wealthy white New York industrialist who becomes a foster parent to 2 orphaned African-American boys who were children of a former employee. The show was being fashioned for Maude co-star Conrad Bain and a newly discovered child actor, Gary Coleman. Silverman wanted Lear to produce. To entice him, Silverman cast Rae as the household's wisecracking maid. The ploy worked and Lear's company Tandem Productions produced the show, which was renamed Different Strokes and became an instant hit. The popularity of Rae's Mrs. Garrett was undeniable, and the producers designed an episode with an eye towards a spin-off. The season's last installment, The Girls' School, found Mrs. Garrett meeting and bonding with a group of youngsters at East Lake School for Girls, a prestigious prep school that Kimberly was attending. NBC execs liked what they saw and ordered a series with The Facts of Life debuting the following August. By the show's 7th season, Rae felt that her character was getting stale and asked that her role be reduced. The producers decided to write her out entirely, marrying off Mrs. Garrett and sending her to Africa to work in the Peace Corps. Clois Leachman was introduced as Garrett's sister Beverly, who came in to take over the shop and watch over the girls. After leaving Facts of Life, Rae stayed busy with work on TV shows including 101 Dalmatians, ER, The King of Queens, Murder, She Wrote, Sisters, and Girl Meets World, and such films as You Don't Miss with the Zohan, Lovesick Love, and Ricky and the Flash. In 2015, Rae released her memoir, The Facts of My Life, written with her son Larry Strauss. It revealed her struggle to come to grips with her husband's bisexuality and her battle with alcoholism. In addition to her son Larry and his wife Eleanor, survivors include her sister Miriam and grandchildren Sean, Carly, and Nora. Her other son Andrew died in 1999 of a heart attack. To read more on the life and career of Charlotte Rae, head to THR.com. For the Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Lindsay Rodriguez.